Welcome to Epic Birds Career Part 2. Last time we explored the surrounds of Daegu. In this episode I venture to the spectacular mountain valleys of Donghaksa and on to the coastal city of Mockpo in the far southwest of Korea. The journey starts with a train ride west from Daegu to Daejeon. From here, a bus meanders through the city outskirts and eventually climbs into the mountains to Donghaksa, a small settlement lodged in the Donghaksa Valley. The babble of a stream carrying crystal clear water from the mountains above pierces the humid air. It's a quaint and absorbing town, bustling with local hikers. Donghaksa provides a convenient access point to the picturesque Donghaksa Valley and surrounding mountains, which are all part of Gyeongsan National Park. I check into some accommodation and head out along the trails. Leaving the town behind, I enter another world. It's a luscious microcosm. Every rock and tree is festooned in moss and ferns. Beside the cascading stream, the towering forest canopy offers sanctuary from the summer sun. Concealed in the murky shadows, a striated heron watches the water intently for fish. This bird has a secret weapon. The insect floating on the water's surface is not there by coincidence. It's a lure. The heron delicately places it into the water to attract small fish. As the current carries the lure out of position, the bird retrieves it and tries again. This is a rare and extraordinary example of tool use by birds. Missed it. Time to try a different lure. The heron grabs what looks to be a beetle from the nearby rocks and stealthily relocates along the river. Finally, success. Further upstream, Donghaksa Temple occupies a secluded embankment in the valley. The beautiful architecture is enriched by its stunning setting and the tranquil babble of the river. I head out along a small trail which follows a minor tributary of the main stream higher into the mountains towards an ancient Buddhist pagoda. The path often ends up going through the creek. Like many places in Korea, the trail infrastructure is an eclectic mix of jumbled stones and boardwalks. A fairly steep ascent up here over a rocky path. The terrain becomes steeper as the track rises from the sheltered valley. In the leaf litter nearby, a grey-backed thrush catches a large moth. Thrushes spend most of their time fossicking on the gloomy forest floor for prey. Grey-backed thrushes breed in Korea and adjacent regions of Russia and China in summer, before migrating to southern China and northern Vietnam for winter. One of those points where the path becomes one with the stream yet again. As the afternoon wears on, the birds take shelter and the heat and humidity becomes overwhelming. It's about 35 degrees, brutally humid, and it's been a hell of a walk up here. Looks like we've made it to the last of the signposts pointing this way towards the pagodas. In case you can't hear it in my voice, I'm stuffed. Eventually, I emerge from the forest to greet the Nametap pagodas. Looks like we made it. Time to have a look around. Nestled on the mountainside, these enchanting stone structures maintain watch over the valley below. With views like this, it's easy to see why Gyeongsang National Park is so popular with local hikers. High in the trees, a male blue and white flycatcher rests for a few seconds on an open branch before disappearing into the foliage. By the time I make it down to Donghaksa, it's already dusk. As night settles, I'm surprised to find that this little town has put on a remarkable light show. The stream is now illuminated in a wash of colour. The next day, early in the morning, I return to the valley. After overnight rain, mist fills the air, creating a magical atmosphere. Concealed in the shadows, a common kingfisher patiently stalks a slow-moving pool. But the peace doesn't last long. A pale thrush is also looking for breakfast. Thrushes prey on whatever invertebrates they can find amid the leaf litter. Today, I'm heading out along a different trail, looking for wildlife and hopefully good views from the mountain summit. After a few hours hiking, my first stop is at this waterfall lookout. It's a dramatic view. The imposing cliffs are draped in trees, clinging to every nook and cranny of the rock face. After absorbing the rugged spectacle, it's time to continue up the mountain. It's now 35 degrees and humid. With no breeze, the air is suffocating and the climb has become a battle. It's a pretty hard walk up here through the mountains. It's hot, it's humid, but the climb up here through the mountains has just been magnificent once again. The scenery is just beautiful. The path climbs ever higher, passing through tranquil streams and dense rocky forests. Finally, after several hours, I reach the top, drenched in sweat and exhausted from the merciless humidity. But the vista was worth the struggle. The mountains of Gyeongsang National Park extend into the distance, looming over the valley below. Just before I head back down, I spot a flycatcher, but the rest of the birdlife here seems to have retired from the heat. Back down in Donghaksa Valley though, this oriental turtle dove has the right idea, cooling off in the fringes of the stream. In Donghaksa itself, azure-winged magpies are searching for food in noisy family groups. Beyond Korea, these elegant birds are found in Japan, China, Russia and Mongolia. It's time to leave Donghaksa and take a journey through the southwest of Korea to the coastal town of Mockpo. It's a long walk down to the bus stop, past rice fields punctuated with forested hills, and this quirky coffee shop adorned with a pottery-encrusted roof. A short bus ride and 2 train trips later, I arrive at Mockpo station. This small city is situated in one of the least developed provinces of Korea, which boasts over 2,000 offshore islands and 6,000 kilometers of coastline. The mudflat and rocks around the port are occupied by flocks of black-tailed gulls, a few waders and a family of ruddy turnstones. Well camouflaged against the rocky shore, turnstones are aptly named after their habit of turning beach stones over to reach invertebrates hiding beneath. This bird's persistence paid off. It caught a small crab. Turnstones are distributed across much of the world's coastline. Unfortunately, the heat and humidity of Donghaksa has been replaced by drenching rain that persists for days. Luckily, the National Maritime Museum is well worth a visit. It showcases the remains of several ancient shipwrecks dating back to the 12th century. It is remarkable to think that their cargoes of finely crafted Celadon objects had sat untouched on the ocean floor for centuries. Join me next time as the rain finally clears and we head east to Suncheon Bay, a world-renowned habitat for migratory birds, and then we catch the train to Busan. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications if you'd like to see more. I'll see you next time.